Welcome, Gothamites, to a new segment called BatCave Cooking. Today we're going to try a new recipe for breakfast. As some of you parents know, cooking breakfast every day for your children can become a task. We're going to try something different today. We're going to be making a French toast, peanut butter and jelly with a Count Chocula Crumble on top. So let's get started. So as you can see, our tripod is broken, so we're going to be doing this video by hand. And we're going to start off with some of our basic ingredients for our French toast sandwich. And here's our ingredients here. Let's take a look. We need 2 eggs, 2 bowls. These are, yes, they're Christmas bowls, but they're the perfect size. That's why I'm using them for dipping and coating our French toast. 2 pieces of bread. We need our milk. Of course, we have a fork and knife for making our sandwiches. Count Chocula. Now, we're using Count Chocula for our mix. Other recipes call for Cinnamon Toast Crunch or similar, but we ran out, so we're using Count Chocula. It is October and Halloween time, so the other items we need are Welch's grape spread, peanut butter. We prefer Skippy in the house, creamy. Okay, and here's our Count Chocula. We poured the Count Chocula in a bag, and we're gonna bash that. So to start off, let's start our pan and get the pan hot, and then we can start on making our ingredients together. So here's our pan. We're gonna go ahead and start this and put it on medium heat. So we're going to get the pan nice and hot. Get a zoom in on the heat on there, what we have. Okay, so then what we're going to be using is, I can't believe it's not butter, but you can use margarine or any other kind. And of course our spatula to cook. We're going to move over and let's start putting our ingredients together. Okay, so while our ingredients are, our pan is heating up, we're going to go ahead and put our ingredients together. Let's take a look at it. First, let's crack open 2 eggs. Put these aside here. 1 egg. 2 eggs. And what we're going to do is we're going to put some milk in there. Now what we're going to use is a regular 2% milk. You can use whole milk, skim milk, whatever you'd like. We're just going to use a splash. Let's take a look at that. We use a splash of milk. And we're just going to put just a little bit in there. That should be enough. So you can see it's just a splash of milk. Not too much. About no more than a 1/4 cup. And okay, now we have our milk in our eggs. We're going to go ahead and we're going to crumble up our Count Chocula mix. So we're going to use our roller here, and our Count Chocula mix, and we're going to bash it up a little bit. As you can see, it's just a plain plastic bag that you would use, a Ziplock bag or similar kind of bag. And we're crushing up the Count Chocula mix. Okay, so you have a nice powder here that we can work with. Let's go ahead and add that to the bowl. Okay, so we're going to take our Count Chocula mix here that we have in the bag. Let's pour it in the bowl. This is our mixing bowl here. Because after we put the peanut butter and jelly on and the eggs, we're going to go ahead and put it in the mix here. So that's nice and crumbled up. So let's start with our bread, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to put peanut butter and jelly on that bread. Okay, so we're going to take a look at our peanut butter and jelly here. And so you can see that the peanut butter, about maybe 2 tablespoons, and maybe a tablespoon, maybe tablespoon and a half of the jelly. You don't want it too thick because the jelly is going to overpower the peanut butter. So we're going to go ahead and put those together, and then we're going to go ahead and mix up our scrambled eggs. We're going to scramble those eggs up so we have a dip, so that we can take our eggs and put it in with our mix there and put it all together and start cooking. Okay, so where we're at is we have our peanut butter and jelly sandwich made. Let's see, we have our peanut butter and jelly sandwich made. We have our eggs that we're going to scramble up. And we're going to go ahead and dip that into the other mixture, which is the crumble there. So we have our eggs, our crumble, and our sandwich. And so we're going to go ahead and put those all together. And we have our pan that's real hot. And we're going to be adding some of the butter to it. And then we're going to fry it all up. So let's go ahead and let's scramble our eggs. Just a basic fork, get it lightly incorporated. We have our eggs completely scrambled. Let's put the fork aside. Now what we're going to do is take our eggs, our sandwich, our eggs, and mix and put it on there. Let's get some butter and heat up this pan. Now we're using, I can't believe it's not butter, but you can use margarine. Whatever kind would work. It's going to be really hot. And this process is going to go pretty quick. Well, there's lots of butter here to get every corner of the pan. Let's get our sandwich incorporated. First, we're going to go ahead and dip the sandwich into the eggs. And then we're going to go ahead and put that into the mix. So let's grab our sandwich and let's put it in. We're going to use our fork. So just a light coating on one side. And now we're going to flip it over to the other side. So we want to get that French toast completely coated. What we're doing is we're cooking our French toast here. This is our second attempt because we used and soaked too much of the eggs and it took too long to put in the mix. So what we did is we made a second batch, and here's our French toast here. And what happened is that you can only just go ahead and put it real lightly, real quickly. You put in the eggs real quick, and you put it in the mix, the dry mix real quick, the chocula, and we throw it on. So right now we have a medium heat going on here, and I'm going to go ahead and we just put it on a few seconds ago. We're going to flip it over and get a nice, even, consistent cooking to this. So bear with me here. Let's flip it over. So you can see it's got a nice brown coating to it. This is the chocula coating. And it's frying up real nice. It's going to take a few minutes. Cooking the French toast this way doesn't take long because the peanut butter and jelly melts really quickly. So we're going to let that cook for a minute, and we're going to go ahead and plate that up. Turning it around. It's got a nice crust to that. And again, that's just a simple bread, a basic bread that you would buy, your favorite kind, your favorite loaf. Okay, so our camera crapped out on us, but here's our finished product. We have our French toast that has about a quarter cup of Count Chocula cereals mashed up, about a tablespoon or two of peanut butter, about a tablespoon of jelly, and it was dipped in scrambled eggs, coated on both sides, coated with the Count Chocula, and fried. It took us no more than about 2 minutes each side to fry, just so it gets the eggs completely cooked throughout. We're going to go ahead and garnish this with some powdered sugar and some syrup, and we're ready to serve. And I appreciate you watching this new episode of BatCave Cooking. I'm Ryan the Bat Dad. Thank you very much, and have a good day, Gothamites.